After the shocking revelation of a workplace affair and a tumultuous city council budget debate, John Tory officially submitting his letter of resignation last night, ending his mayoralty of more than 8 years. And joining us now to get reaction on this is former Toronto mayoral candidate as well as former chief city planner Jennifer Keesmat. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's great to be here.
Over the last few days, we've seen this campaign develop trying to get Mayor Tory to actually reconsider and stay on. Are you surprised in the end that he did indeed deliver this resignation letter?
No, I'm not. I think I was maybe one of the only people who was saying, no, it's done. And I was only saying that because I knew his closest advisors and the people he trusted the most were the people who were saying, there isn't a recovery from this. You need to move on. You need to take care of your life. So the people that really care about him as a person were saying, this is it, it's done. A lot of the voices you heard at City Hall, for example, were people who have a vested interest in Tory staying around because they're in appointed positions that they've been appointed to because of Tory. So, this change means likely we will see it's possible we'll see a new chair, which we haven't seen of council in almost a decade. Councillor Nunziata has held that position for a very long time. And so it's not surprising that she was, trying to save her bacon and out there trying to keep him around.
Right. Speaking of Councillor Nunziata, as well as the Premier, yesterday she said that it would be a disaster, characterized it as a disaster for the city if the mayor does indeed step down. The Premier also kind of echoing those comments, saying that Toronto is just not the right time for Tory to be stepping down. What state do you think him leaving leaves Toronto in right now?
Well, this is a really good question. I think it's a good thing that the budget passed yesterday. I think that we need a budget, and we're going to have a new mayor, and that new mayor can spend the next 12 months setting up the next budget and identifying new priorities based on the outcome of this election. But look, the issues that we have in the city are pretty real. Like, it wasn't all unicorns and butterflies and roses. It kind of makes it sound like we were living in a utopia under Tory. And the truth is, visible homelessness has gone through the roof. We have a wicked crime problem on the TTC. There's other really significant issues that the city faces. So, I don't know, we sort of have a crisis on our hands right now. I haven't even mentioned housing. Like, housing is a major challenge that this city faces. And on that file, Tory was really doing an exceptional job. So there's some things that I think we should be looking for a mayoral candidate to kind of carry through. And there are other areas where, some fresh thinking wouldn't be a terrible thing. It's the position that we find ourselves in. I don't know, I think it's really cynical to say that because the truth is there's a ton of talent in this city, some known names and some possibly unknown names, and I'm pretty excited that there's an opportunity to have a fresh debate about the future of the city because we kind of need it.
Some people are calling for a fresh debate on the budget yesterday and were upset that Tory stayed on in order to pass this budget. In hindsight, do you think it was the right move for him to stay to see this budget through?
Look, it's an impossible situation because the budget isn't something that gets whipped up overnight. We're talking about a $16 billion budget. So there's, I know from my time at the city that there's literally hundreds of meetings and months of work that go into preparing that budget. So you can't turn that around on a dime. The city needs a budget. So given that we were, it would have been a weirder situation if the budget meeting was 3 weeks away. Does he hang around for 3 weeks? So in some ways it was serendipitous that it happened yesterday and now we can kind of move on. We need to figure out who the mayor is of this city because this mayor, this new mayor, just like Tory had, will have strong mayor powers. And one of the very first things this new mayor is going to have to do is to begin working on next year's budget because it takes that long to pull together a budget for a city of this scale and an organization of this scale. So, look, it is what it is at this point. And let's have a debate as a city about our priorities. And then let's hope we have a mayor who creates a budget that reflects the priorities of the people in the city of Toronto. That's, I think that's the ideal process.
Now, speaking of the candidates running for mayor in this by-election, you've done so in 2018 against an incumbent Tory at the time. Now that this is wide open, this field is completely open, would you reconsider running?
No, I will not reconsider running. I'm building a business that's focused on workforce housing. I honestly believe that I'm in the place that I need to be. I'm focused on the biggest challenge this city faces. I'm very passionate about the city, and unlocking housing is a really critical part of ensuring that this is a sustainable, livable, inclusive city and a safe city. You know, we've got too many people in distress in the city right now. Stable housing is a foundation to being able to thrive in the city. So I'm focused on that. We have a ton of projects underway right now. You know, and my partner would kill me if I walked away right now. We've got so much on the go. My team would kill me. My partner would kill me. And look, I really believe that this is the right place for me and my skills. And, you know, I couldn't care more and be more passionate about this city. And I believe getting this job done, no one else is doing the thing that I'm doing in my company, Marquee Development, so I think I need to stay there.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Tammie.
All right.